It's been a good bit of time since we've gotten any updates on those spin-off series coming to HBO Max for the Batman. Ever since we found out Colin Farrell is getting his own Penguin series and a couple of other shows were coming to life, this has been a pretty big deal, but that recent shakeup behind the scenes has left details rather scant. Now we've got some major casting updates as well as some confirmation on which shows are actually still in the works, so let's dive into it all. Well, we haven't been getting a lot of updates from HBO Max and DC on these upcoming Batman spin-offs, well, until earlier today. Not only have we got some major casting news for the Penguin series, we actually got confirmation of both other shows in the works, and one of them was rumored to be cancelled. So let's start with the Penguin. Now, this report comes via Variety, and what they are reporting is that the Penguin series over on HBO Max has landed Rennie Feliz as part of the cast. Now, he's best known for his part on The Runaways, so he knows the comic book material, and his role here is completely undisclosed, leading to a lot of people speculating about exactly who he's playing. If I'm making any guesses, he might be a right-hand man or a henchman to the Penguin, but there is a distinct possibility he's playing some sort of heroic role in one of the large pantheon of heroes that live in Gotham City. The fact that they're keeping his character's details under wraps leads me to believe it's a pretty important role and probably has some comic book significance they don't want to reveal to fans just yet. Now, we do know the 8-episode series will continue in the aftermath of the Batman, which left a huge void in the power structure of Gotham City with the death of Carmine Falcone. We do know Kristen Milotti is going to play Sophia Falcone, his daughter, so it appears we're going to have some sort of mob face-off going on in this Batman universe leading into the next movie. Now, in that same report from Variety, they also provided a little bit of clarification on the other 2 spin-offs that are going on. As many of you know, early on in these projects, they announced a Gotham PD series, and that almost immediately got backtracked a little bit. Well, Variety was able to exclusively say that Antonio Campas is set to write both Gotham PD and that Arkham Asylum series many of us are pretty excited for. All of this sets the stage for quite the interesting Gotham City, and given how long TV shows take to produce, I'm really wondering if all 3 series will get released before the next Batman movie, providing a huge prelude to that project. Honestly, both Gotham PD and Arkham Asylum are more interesting to me than the Penguin. Expanding Gotham PD and talking about some of the integral structures and important characters that are part of Gotham City on mostly the good side of the ball that are involved in the Gotham City Police Department should be pretty interesting. The beginnings of rooting out corruption were a big part of the Batman movie, and I suspect the Gotham PD series, whatever they call that, will dive deep into that and see some interesting revelations, probably very akin to what's happened in the comics. Now, as for Arkham Asylum, well, that's the big question. As many of you know, Arkham Asylum is where most of Batman's villains reside, and we do know for a fact that both the Riddler and the Joker are currently housed there, and I don't think they're alone. I suspect this show is going to give us a framework to multiple villains in Gotham City and play a key role in setting up the next Batman sequel. Now, whether the primary villain of the Batman 2 will be part of Arkham Asylum, that is the big question, but I do suspect we will get introduced to several new characters, especially Hugo Strange as part of the series, and I have to say, Hugo Strange could be a massively big part of the next Batman movie. Arkham Asylum has a rich history in DC Comics and honestly is probably the second most important location in Gotham City, right behind the Batcave in the Batman mythos. Now, Matt Reeves is involved in all of these projects and it's going to tie tightly to that Batman movie. How they work all this in with the new DCU and keep them from bleeding over should be pretty interesting. I do honestly believe whatever plots are explored on Matt Reeves' side of the Batman world will not be explored on James Gunn's side of the Batman world, but we're going to have to wait and see.